Live. I think I am live. 1 second. Okay. Let's see if that works. I might have to chop the beginning of it. I have to make another room though. Hmm. Are we good to go? All right, let me know if you can hear me. Smooth. All right. You're the only one in the room, so it's still unlisted. But what's going on, beautiful souls? On this live, I'm gonna be talking about my little fitness journey that I'm be going on. I'll be discussing my fitness struggles, some things that I probably had an issue with, or I did have an issue with growing up, when it came to my fitness, and you know, honestly, not interested in age anymore. But as I creep into the next decade, creep in slowly, I want to talk about how I'm doing to better my fitness goals and my health overall. But what's going on, beautiful souls? How we doing today? It's a new week. It's a Monday. I know a lot of parents are starting school with their kids, so it's about to be a fun time. You know, a lot of free time for some of us, and for some not at all because their kids is not old enough. But shout out to y'all too. Just want to show a little love before I get started. So, fitness journey. I have a simple one that I'm waiting to implement. I've been getting it together, trying to see how I feel. Been doing it on and off, but pretty much cardio every day is, I would believe, extremely essential, just for, I would say, for your overall health, but mainly for like I don't know if you notice, like the better you are with your breathing, the better your heart rate. So I know a lot of people, like when you meditate, they say take deep breaths, long breaths, inhale, blow out through the mouth. Different breath works, things like that. If you incorporate that into running, once you learn how to run and you're able to actually open up your lungs, like I used to love to run in high school. So that was one of my things, just getting on the track after I was able to actually get over my asthma. Grew up with asthma, but I ran myself out of it. So when people say sports can be like a negative in a lot of ways, depending on who you are, it's an extreme positive. PE is trash. You know what I mean? So nobody like doing all that random stuff at PE. But as far as running and getting those lungs to work, it's a beautiful thing. Just imagine if an apocalypse happened. You know what I mean? You want to be able to run like 5 miles straight. So me and my dad kind of laugh about that. I have daughters. So when me and my father talk about fitness, he like, are you incorporating your children? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm incorporating a 12-year-old. And he was just like, well, I feel like any 12-year-old that's running, they should be able to run at least 2 miles home if something is going on with them. If they're getting in trouble, they should be able to sprint home 2, 3 straight miles. And I told my daughter that, and she kind of looked at me like I was crazy. I thought it was pretty hilarious because I also believe this to be true. If you are in danger, you need to be able to bolt it and not stop. You need to be able to bolt it and not stop. So that's some things that we work on. We'll take some sprints from the house. Not necessarily talking about location, but we'll do some sprints by the house, do about 2 miles, come back. Even if we walk it back, we do 2 miles up. So sometimes we'll end up doing 3 miles, sometimes we'll end up doing 4. But as far as my fitness plan goes, as I written down, let me see if I can find it for us really quick in the midst of all this chaos on my desk. So currently right now, just to keep it simple, I have cardio daily, minimum 5 days a week. Sometimes it's hard to get up. I say on day like 4 or 5, depending on how your body is, you're gonna be extremely sore. But I got cardio 5 days a week minimum. And even if it's just a walk, so you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. If you want me to type it up and put it into a group so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I already have separate videos for some of the other parts of my workout, but I will be working on a full video of everything that I do. So I can just say it all right now. So typically 5 to 7 days of cardio. Do that every single day. I even call it getting sunshine. So if you can just get out on a walk, do 30 minutes, you can even call it that. I have full body 4 to 5 days a week. For me, I'm probably going to do closer to 6 or 7 and only take Sundays off or Saturdays off. But it just depends on how you feel. But full body workout, all that consists of is minimum of 300 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, and 500 squats. For me, like I said, I'll be showing different variations of it. So I incorporate a lot of leg motions in my pull-ups. Therefore, I don't really do a lot of ab workouts. I do have ab workouts that I do, but they're more for functionality, not necessarily for just getting on the floor and doing crunches. Those don't necessarily help me. I already have a amazing body type. So I do planking, I do leg lifts, all while doing my pull-ups. So of course I'll show you how that looks eventually, but I just have to add that in there because that's specifically what I do. And I just thought I heard something. So I have a, what would I call it? I have a knee workout that I pretty much do. It's not necessarily a knee workout, but it's a leg workout. I had 2 knee surgeries, so it's something that I do to incorporate working every muscle in my legs. Got it from a guy that had a couple knee surgeries, and he was 40 plus, but he was still able to use his knees dunk. He got his mom and his grandma on the program, and they were 60, 70-year-olds that was still going on walks every single day. So I will be following a little bit of his program. I'll tell you about it. Don't have any of that information in front of me. Can't even remember what the program is called, but he has about 8 to 10 steps that I implement into my workout, to make sure my body is good. Because like I said, I had 2 knee surgeries. Didn't even know if I was going to be able to walk again. Didn't know if I'll even be able to run or do anything again. So the fact that I can still hoop, the fact that I can still run and jump, and I have flexibility the way that I do. I'm just thankful that God gave me a little bit of work ethic to be able to get that back for myself. But it's not over. Still got to make it through all these 30s and 40s and 50s. So, in order to keep your body at that optimal peak, I definitely want to clean up my diet. So, as far as the diet is concerned, you already know I don't eat too much nasty stuff. A lot of stuff that I make is plant based or made at home. Uh, Lots of fruits and vegetables. So that is all that I'll be eating. A lot of smoothies, a lot of juices. But other than that, I mean, the simple things that I might eat for protein might be like some vegan chicken nuggets, uh, some simple things like that. I'm starting to make my own kind of ground beef out of walnuts. But if I'm not making it from that, I typically don't like to buy the store bought stuff too much, just because I don't like the way it sits on my stomach. So I just keep it real light. But I feel the best like that, and I still put on muscle. So, and then the last thing for the workout, that's what I'm saying. The last thing for the workout is just pretty much like a 5 minute plank, and that's every single day. If you can do a 5 minute plank every single day, give yourself about a week. I'm saying it might hurt for a little bit, but it's gonna do you a lot of justice in your back posture, stability. Back posture and stability, things like that. Just how you carry yourself, you'll start feeling a lot. Your stomach muscles and the back muscles, they pretty much go hand in hand together. A lot of people don't think of it like that, but it's definitely necessary for having a straight back. Let's work on not getting scoliosis. All right. Let's see. Another workout that I incorporated. My old man just texted me. I forgot we got a couple hour time difference. Yes, sir. I am on live. What's going on with you? 22. Um, let's see. So yeah, my bad. My old man texted me. So another workout that I incorporated that I actually like and I do like burnout reps is the Mike Tyson push up. Now this is mainly it's majority for men. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a row squat with a push up. I'll definitely show it when I get a chance, but I like to do those for a burnout. So I just incorporate that when I'm working on my upper body. Do about 3 sets, 15 to 20. That's just another workout that I do. So, of course, I'm gonna put all this on a sheet so you can see it, or I'll make a post about it. I think I already made a group, and if I did, I'll just tag it below so we can join it, and then I'll start putting the videos in the group, so everybody can see it. But this video, I didn't want it to be too long. Just want to pretty much get my whole fitness little challenge down. That's when we got cardio daily, we got upper body 5 days a week, we got lower body 4 days a week. And like I said, I don't really do abs because I incorporate my abs in my pull-ups and um yeah, I incorporate most of my ab workout in my push-ups and my pull-ups. So therefore, a lot of the ab work that I do is kind of like gymnastics work. I do a majority of it on my back, and it's for stability. So, like I said, I'll be showing you all of that. I'll be showing you the leg workout that I do to build strong knees. I have some slant boards for a lot of my leg workouts also, so that helps out with dealing with the front muscles of the quad. I'll be showing demonstrations of that, and I'll tag where I got those from. But I bought mine specifically because I wanted to. I like the company, and pretty much like the platforms and the things that they use to do their leg workouts. It has made kind of my process a lot easier. I will eventually be building a gym. I know this is foresight, but that's probably one of my thoughts. I got a little gym that I want to work on. I always thought about it, just didn't know how I wanted to do it, but now's a better time. It's the best time. There's so many properties that you see available. There's so much free money out there that people just don't want to take advantage of. And then all you really need is a game plan. So I got some other stuff to move around, but that's really going to be a big deal for me. I just need to pick the right city to do it in, uh, and I'm building it out of. I want to build it all out of my own pocket. I'm not really interested in collabing or doing anything too crazy because mainly because a lot of what I'm going to do with it is going to be um, charity work. I'll be working with a lot of kids and a lot of families that may not be able to afford the premium price of being able to go to some extreme professional that's been doing it for 25 years and wants to charge $300 for 1 hour of work. Like what kid can afford that and you really want to see them get better? Like I just remember all the coaches that I used to, or the trainers, and you'll be seeing the pricing. And it's like you can make more money. You can make more money. It was just like what Mr. Keep It Simple was talking about in some of his live videos. Barber. I'm not paying a barber $30 for my beard. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that don't even no sense. So then you got kids that really want to get better. And then that's when they started incorporating a lot of the group training, but the group training started getting out of control. Still $60. You know what I'm saying? It's not, and that's not even that bad. $60 for a group training is not bad, but when you start charging 120 to 150, like for a one-time training for a minor who, and I don't say that's not to say some parents can't afford it. Some parents bust their butt and they can afford the best of the best. We already know sports are expensive, but like I said, I want to cater to the kids that may not have it all, but to build a better program around it and to teach accountability to these young kids and hard work and other essential things needed in adulthood. I feel like it'll be more important to lower the price, but then to raise expectations of other things and give them access to other knowledge. So of course I want them to come in. You know what I'm saying? We got our homework done. Don't be saying we coming to practice and the homework's not done. So if you need to come early. I already got computers, I got tables, I got chairs. Get your homework done. We get practice done. Practice start at 6:15. You got an hour and a half. It's a lot of parents that don't have that. So I was thinking of like incorporating like and I know like borderlines, but it's I feel like it's such a other people definitely might want to incorporate it, but maybe don't have the means to. So that's why I said a lot of what I'm doing, I'll be able to afford it out of my own pocket. God willing, I'm not asking for the help. I'm building it. I'm building it. So we gonna have the vans, we gonna have the buses. And we might not pack all the buses and the vans up. We might only be picking up 4 or 5 kids, but after school program services right into practice. You know, teaching them man values, respect. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have something for the girls too. Can't leave out the girls. I'm a girl dad, but I just thought that was something that it's just been sitting on my mind, and I know I'm getting to that point where I'm able to do it and don't have to think about it. But like I said, I'm picking a city. Matter of fact, tomorrow, speak some good blessings on me. I'm supposed to be talking to a couple coaches about some basketball stuff, and I don't even know if I'll make another live about that, but maybe one day I'll talk about why I had to quit coaching and really had to focus on being a father first before everything else. But when I tell you I miss coaching my girls, I had 8 or 9 girls that was so deadly. I'm telling you, they was like 9-year-old, 10-year-old monsters. Just it's just passion. Like I might not be able to get it out right now, but it was because a lot of that stuff it'll make you want to cry because like some of these kids like When you realize kids will go to war for you when they love you, when they respect you, man, you know, and I did my best to hold on, and that's what a lot of people don't know. It's not the easiest. Like a lot of coaches, that's not their only job. Like we have to realize that like a lot of the coaches that we have, like unless they made money playing or they knew or they were really business savvy and they know how to and they really knew how money works. A lot of programs they had like a lot of the programs help, and we don't think about giving them money even if their pricing seemed like it was this and it was that. There was always a program charging you more just so they pocket the money. They didn't give a damn about your kids. They were overcharged just to pocket the money more. It wasn't about your kid. So then when you get a program that really cares about your kid and you really want to make it work, it was like for me on my end, I was drowning. I was a full-time father, had a full-time job, and I was coaching y'all kids 7 days a week. So if there's anybody that ever knew me from my coaching days in Cali, like that's what it was. Like I was coaching every single day, every evening, left my house with my 2 kids, or had to drop one of my kids off to my grandma's house. So she was with her great grandma by 5:15. The girls was barely getting out of school. I had my sister too, along with my daughter. We was all hopping in the car and we was driving all the way to practice, all the way to we was driving to Carson. Probably took us 20, 25 minutes, 15 on a good day. Hopefully I was on time. Sometimes I was right on time. A little bit behind, but I had a lot of other responsibilities with y'all kids for 3.5 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes I'll go all the way to Irvine. So I was all over the place making sure y'all kids was good. And I really poured my to it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it like a negative. I was more and still wasn't making enough to even survive in California. That's what the statement is. So I had to quit because I had some other stuff that I had to focus on. It's a lot of other easy ways to make money, but then when it gets back to it, what does my heart want? Just I'm not interested in basketball being the way out. I'm just it's fun. Nothing is fun when you suck at it. Nothing you know what I mean? They be like living their dreams through their kids, or they just it's as simple as that. And they don't want their kid to play football. So what's the next best sport? Basketball. Put a ball in their hand. I'm not even mad at it. I told my daughter she's gonna be playing something. I don't care what it is, soccer, tennis, or something is gonna teach you some life skills. And that goes for all my kids. I'm not acting like sports is like the way it to me it was a way of life. So I'm not gonna say that. But it was an escape for me. So I don't know what it is for these other kids, but when you see parents that push their kids in sports, like I had a high school team. I had kids that didn't really want to play. It was more their parents' idea. So just imagine you coughing up $250 to $500 a month for over 8 years. That's crazy. That's crazier than a car payment, bro. And your kid don't even want to play. So you got to really think about certain stuff. So it's just like, what does your kid want to do? If they have a vision, listen to them. But then you also have to do the research and acknowledge what they want to do. So then you can research some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying, you might be able to drop your kid into a church. You might be able to find a program for them to buy men that's really going to help him further himself in whatever it is that he's trying to do. You never really know unless you did the research. And what I realize is, I said this a long time ago, a lot of souls don't really care to do the research on some of this stuff. Come on now. That was like you got all these questions in the world and Google is right in front of you. And I promise you it's going to spit out 20,000 plus answers. But if you don't care to look through it, then that's on you. I mean, the funny thing is the mother of my children, she had her own life, so she'll hit me up and she'll tell me about certain stories and whatnot. It's like I want to ask you all the questions, but they ain't never got no answers, and you find the answers in less than a minute. That go for everybody. That's the only reason why I brought that up. That go for everybody. Stop being around folk that don't want to find answers for stuff. Like that's so annoying. I don't know if that's the Virgo in me or if that's just because I'm old now. You can call me I'm uncle age now. I don't care. I don't care. That is crazy. There is too many answers on this planet. That's what I said, and that's why I got to get this information out because I found so many grants, so much free money that it's like, okay, let me figure it out. Let me put in an application so I could tell somebody else about it. Because if you don't do it yourself, what's the point of even talking about it? Especially with some of the stuff. It's so much free money. I'm talking about 10 grand, 20 grand, free money grants, stuff that you don't have to pay back. Business starters. I'm saying a lot of people don't know they could probably get the funds to even start their business, but they don't even want to do a business plan. Like, do you even know how to do a business plan? That's the first step. You know what I'm saying? Having an idea is cool, but if you could have that business plan, you could submit that and you can get funds just from your business plan. You don't even have to have an EIN number. You don't even have to register the business yet. They're going to send you money because you have a business plan. Well documented. It might be no more than 4 to 5 pages, but you did the work. That even goes for your resume. That's why I'm just like, my daughter, she don't even realize, like, I'm teaching her so much so young. Like, I know a teacher is going to open up their mouth and they be like, I don't know what you're at home teaching your daughter, but I appreciate you giving her some of the insights to some of these things. And I was talking to her mom about it, and it's just like, you don't realize I had to tell my daughter. I know I'm going back and forth, but that's usually how it is. It'd be like mom, daughter, mom, daughter. It literally go back and forth the whole time throughout the day. So it's like I'm talking to them, and I told my daughter the other day, I was just like, you don't realize a lot of stuff that I'm telling you about. My mama didn't teach me this stuff. You got to realize I was 14, 15, 16 already thinking about this stuff, and it was on my mind because I was seeing how the world was operating. Just because I wasn't able to do anything with it doesn't mean I didn't have the knowledge, but I'm telling you how young I had the knowledge because I was searching for it for myself. You know, that's what I'm saying. Your mom or your dad, depending on they're not gonna teach you about how finances work. They're not gonna tell you they got money in the bank for you, but they spending that money on the bank because they're short on their bills. But they've been saving for you since they've been born. But they also steadily taking out of it. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna tell you that. But again, that's not for you. That's why I tell my daughter, like, hey, I'm putting money aside for you, but when this well runs dry, you need to be able to fund yourself. So if I can start you now, you're not going to be like, oh, dad, oh, dad, oh, dad, I need. And if you are, I'm going to be like, all right, let me see your bank statements. Let me see your check stubs. I want to see what you've been spending your money on, because you still need to learn how to be responsible, how I have to learn how to be responsible. And I want you to take it further than I did. Way further than I did. I tried to leave my house at 16, 17 years old. I was gone. No lie. I was out of there. I packed. That's why I had nowhere to go. I was sleeping on my homie couch hooping. We was going to basketball tournaments hooping. I was like, there's no way I'm staying here in this evil environment anymore. This was 16, 17 years old. My brother, this is my sister. My sister was born. My sister was barely born. Barely. She was like 1 or 2 years old. Probably not even, I'm saying, months. I was dipping out. I was in high school. I was like, I ain't coming back. I was going all week. I was at school, packed up my bag on a Monday. I was at school all week. Didn't go home, was gone all weekend. Did that until I tore ACL. That's when I felt like God had a kind of a different plan for me. But that's a different story. But I'm telling you, like that's how much basketball was a safe haven for me. And then when I lost it, I felt like I really had lost myself. So shout out to the people that play sports that, may have gotten injured and lost themselves a little bit and had had to go find themselves, and it took a while. That was probably the worst time to try to find a woman, by the way. Probably the worst time. You just literally everything crumbling around you, and love is not gonna save you at that point, my brother. I'm sorry to tell you. That was probably the one thing you should have been stepping away from. But it's cool, you know what I mean? I might be taking a little shot at myself, but that's what I'm saying. It's still a beautiful life. You can still get it together. You can still figure it out. And even with all my struggles, that's when I feel like that's what hurt me. Like as far as like my drive and a lot of the stuff that I was doing, and I don't know if you can deem it as a hormone imbalance, but I will say you need to stay up on your vitamins. You need to eat right. Just because you think you plant based don't mean you like or vegan, or because you think like if you know nutrition, if you took it in college. I'm saying I did, so that's why I speak the way I do, and I also read a lot more books. But if you're not like me, uh and you didn't go to school to study anything about nutrition, and you just going off of online as far as like your health, like go get a professional, go get a nutritionist, please. Like you don't, and what I mean by that is, I know y'all seen that crazy dude that was heavy set that been eating all that watermelon. I'm not saying he's wrong, but there's a certain amount of time that you're supposed to cleanse yourself, and then you need to get back to getting every piece of nutrient in your body that it needs. And a lot of people don't even know what their body needs. Everybody has a different body type. Everybody eats differently. Every food method that people have is not going to work for you. And I just want you to live. Like I don't even know if I could pull up that story, but it was a woman that died from drinking, like she died like from overdosing on drinking water. I don't know if y'all understand. She considered herself healthy and vegan and whatnot, and she died. Like, and don't nobody even know how she died. That's what I'm saying. I think they were saying she was plant based or vegan, and she killed herself like with water. And I was like, I gotta find a story so I can get that to y'all. But I thought that was wild. And that's when I'm just like, you can't be claiming how healthy you are and stuff like that, and you really don't know what you're doing. That's why I put a disclaimer on a lot of things that I do, because even with my old man, like he saw one of the books that I'm reading. Like I said, the information where I get half of the stuff that I get like not to eat, it's from the Nation of Islam. I'm not Islamic. I'm just telling you what I study and how and what I've read, and literally what I've done to make myself feel better. Everybody doesn't cleanse. Everybody doesn't know what a sugar cleanse is. No, not a lot of people can go 10 days without eating sugar. Like, and I'm talking about from that, unless it's natural resources like fruit and vegetables. But other than that, a lot of people can't go 10 days without eating sugar. And if they have, they will understand that their brain almost fried. Now you know what I'm saying? Now you know how your body feels with no sugar in it, with only healthy sugar. That's what I'm saying. I think I haven't even put that video out, but I was just like, imagine, I was like, you know how much 80 grams of sugar is? Like, and that's in one drink, my G. And then think about you drinking that every single day for 10 years, and then you gotta stop. Some people drinking 2 liters. I'm not talking about a 2 liter. I'm talking about those. I don't even know how big the cups are now, but used to be what, 16 ounces. But just imagine how much sugar is in a 2 liter drink. Or how about your Kool-Aid with all that white sugar in it, all that white cane sugar in it? Just imagine. Some people pouring 100 grams of sugar in that Kool-Aid, and then not realizing that's literally, it's like another addiction. That's just like me smoking weed. I ain't even gonna lie. Me drinking 100 grams of sugar a day is the same. It's like equivalent to me just smoking a blunt, if not worse. And if you cleanse your body of both, I guarantee you'll feel like a completely different person. You won't even recognize who you are. You'll be like, what in the world? Because you've never done it before. And this goes with everything. Like, I think I saw this weird saying that if you have like, I don't know if it's true or not, but like the only thing that I probably haven't done on my body is like a parasite cleanse. That's probably the one that scared me, because if some worms come on my butt, oh my god, oh my god, Oh, I'm not gonna know how to feel. So that was if anybody know a good parasite cleanse, I don't mind doing one and sharing the experience. But let me know let me know where to get one at so I can do that. Because that's probably the only one that I haven't done. And I saw this weird video. Like my skin doesn't do it, but they were like, if you have bumps on the back of your arm, you probably have parasites in your system. I say, whoa, 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 whoa. Let me check the back of my arms real quick. And I felt a couple bumps, and it scared me a little bit. But that's just like somebody was talking about how I might have something. Was it ginger? Was it what they said? Gingivitis? No, they said something because of the color of my eyes, and uh, or oh no, they said I might. They said I might have liver failure, and I was like, that's the wildest thing I've ever heard. But then I have seen the color of my eyes change, but it's more because I fucking was smoking weed every single day. It wasn't really because I had an issue with my body. Because believe me, the amount of drink, like water and juice that I drink, like there's nothing wrong with my body. Like there's nothing. I don't say yeah, the discoloration it offends me too because I've seen my eyes more wider. Yes. I used to be called cotton. I had old ladies calling me cotton. All they want to do is stare into my white eyes out of so I understand. But that is it's not that serious to me. I even got eye drops because they made me paranoid. But that's when like once I finally actually put this stuff down, which is not necessarily an issue now. I actually feel amazing, but once I do, then yes, my eyes will change. I actually been drinking a lot more teas and whatnot, so I feel a lot better. But I'm not interested in my eyesight going bad, so I even bought some carrots. Like, and I know, and that's a funny thing. Carrots, that's a side note. Carrots don't have nothing to do with building better eyesight. I found out, but it made me laugh because at the time I was just like, oh, I need to buy some carrots. And then I was just like, wait, carrots don't have nothing to do with eyesight. I forgot about that. So there's other ways of really benefiting your health when it comes to certain parts of your body. We will be going into all of it. I seen you wave. Hi. uh, but I'm just having fun with it. So I did not think I was going to go almost 40 minutes. My goodness. I guess that's what happens when you can just talk. I'm over here sweating and stuff now. Whew. My goodness. I'm glad the camera not on. Cause I hate wearing shirts. But else I got this ring light on. This shit is beaming. All it do is make this room hotter. But let me know if you guys want to join the group. Or gals. I'm gonna put the link in the description. I will be getting into some other topics as far as fitness. So I should also add that these fitness talks or talks about like my health and my fitness, it will be slowly transitioning into my new YouTube channel, and it's called Sports with Spivey. I already got it made. I'll put I'll put the link in the description so you could check that out. And subscribe that up so then we can start getting some content going over there slowly but surely. But I do have a lot of other topics this week. Probably on my next live I'll go over my schedule. What's today? Tuesday. I'll say by Wednesday. I got a new dope assistant that I gotta pay for, and it's gonna cost me a lot of money. So I'm gonna be utilizing that to the fullest because time is money. So we will be working on a lot of things Monday through Friday. I'll be going if I like this, I'll probably be going live more than just Saturday and Sunday, and I'll just kind of push it towards the nighttime and kind of do a recap, about what happened in the day, and then we can go on to stories. But I do have 2 more stories coming for you on my next live. We will be talking about the James Harden issue. I don't really know what's going on with him. If you watch sports, he's actually going through a situation where he's thinking about retiring because he can't get his way. This is a grown ass man thinking he can get his way with some of the richest people on the planet that own the basketball team. because his feelings is hurt and he wants his way. So we will be talking about that to see how that transpires. Only because I feel like he's on his last leg. There's been a lot of basketball players over the years that have been extremely selfish and they only think about themselves, um, and they aren't man about what they're doing. They kind of go back on their word. You know what I mean? There's a lot of crying going on. And it's like y'all already making too much money. I'm not understanding what this crying is about. Literally, y'all getting paid within the top 2% of the world in money, and then having something to complain about as far as what weather. I'm saying I'm not understanding, and that's just one. The other one was about I don't know if you remember that movie. It was called Blind Side. So some new info came out about the movie, and apparently the football star that they made the movie off of, I don't know if he's suing, but he's putting together a lawsuit against the parents that supposedly adopted him. So apparently they didn't really adopt him. They just kind of used him for financial gain uh through the movie. And apparently he couldn't really do anything when the movie had first came out, only because he was so busy with his football career. So we're in 2023. He retired in 2016, and he's just now getting around to it. So who knows how much money this family made, but it wasn't done out of love. It was done for a money grab, and I'm pretty sure that's why his feelings is hurt, and he's doing something about it because I guess it seemed like it was getting a little bit worse. I'm saying we'll go a little bit deeper into it next time. I just know his feelings were extremely hurt. So, and judging by this, it says the petition further alleges. It says they use the power. Let's see, to strike a deal that paid them and both of their birth children millions of dollars in royalties from an Oscar-winning movie that earned more than $300 million. So if he that's a lot of money if he only made like 20 to 30 million like in total money in it. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't even know how much he made in his football career, but for all of them to get paid up and for them to say millions like that, yeah, like he might be coming after some pretty coin. And I'm not saying I'm behind it, but I think that's kind of jacked up to use somebody for their physical attributes for so your family can be financially paid just because you see this boy can go somewhere. That's no different. I wouldn't say it's no different. If you know anything about Jimmy Butler, I think Jimmy Butler has a similar situation. I think the parents that took him, the family that took him in, was white as well. Uh, I actually have some kind of you know understanding on that situation, just being a young man in a difficult situation and a white family taking him in, and helping him get back on his feet. These are things that you can't really. That was like the gratitude that I feel, that I know Jimmy probably feels, that I know this man probably feels for being in that tough situation and somebody helping them out. And I'm saying, and then on top of that, it's like, nah, it wasn't even nobody like that was of my color. It can make you feel some type of way, but then it also shows how love moves. It's not necessarily in the color. That's why you hear me speak the way that I speak about a lot of topics. If you don't know me, then you're not gonna get it. If you know me and you've been in my life and I've told you some similar stories of some stuff, then you're like, nah, damn, this fool's been through a lot. I got family in all shapes and colors and sizes, so it be most of the time it be jokes because it's like, nah, I got a blood cousin that's half white, half black. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or my cousin's married to a white man, or I got Filipino in my family and you can't tell me nothing otherwise. It's stuff like that it just keeps me kind of grounded because it lets you know that like everybody's not looking at you as a monster. Like like people can genuinely love the mess out of you and you not know them from a can of paint, until they started showing you love. So that's what I'm saying. So it's been like that for me since I've been born. And I'm talking about just every moment of life. Didn't matter where I was, if it was at school, if it was at home, if it was when I went out of state somewhere. I've always had somebody show me love. Therefore, like, for me to be sitting here with a stank attitude and my face cut up to anybody that comes in my life that's like of a different race, I think that's ridiculous, because a lot of these souls really don't want anything from you. They're just genuine people, and that's who they've been. They've been a real one. You know what I mean? So we already know those. They've been a real one. So we can't sit here and act like the whole world is like that. But that was just a quick little story about that. I'll probably read the article a different day, but we already been talking for 45 minutes. So I feel like I did good though. Hey, let me know if you have any questions. I will eventually put how I make my smoothies and stuff like that. I got a couple different ways to make smoothies, but I'm still kind of tweaking some stuff because I like a certain texture. So uh, it's like right now I got the flavor in my smoothies that taste like chocolate wafers. It is so good. But like that's kind of like my daily little smoothie that I drink. And no, it's not like 16 ounces. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I drink like 50 ounces to 60 ounces of a smoothie a day. I know it sounds like a lot, but it goes down and it disappears. I swear. I don't know where the hell it go, but it's usually about 50, yeah, about 50, 60 ounces. I can't lie. I fill up the whole thing and then I drink it all. I don't really know where it goes though. But that's how my stomach stays right. So I will say this. A good thing to learn about your stomach is the less you make it work. So if you think about it in this sense, like if you pack a good, like let's say you went to Chick-fil-A and you got like 2 Chick-fil-A sandwiches, fries, milkshake, and like 3 cookies, right? Boom, you ate. Realistically, like if I'm saying like if I ate that, I probably wouldn't be hungry. Like if I ate that on a Monday, I probably wouldn't be hungry again until like Wednesday. Maybe even Thursday, if I'm being honest. But that's me. And that's why I said a lot of people don't even let their food digest through their system like well enough, and then they already pack another meal in depending on what they eat. This is why a lot of the food that I eat is usually like juicified water solution, close to it not being that my stomach gotta do this, long intestine, short intestine, gotta go through every part of my body and be, broken down. This is gonna help you live longer. I will contest to that. The people that have their stomachs working less, they look so freaking young. Ask anybody that their diet is very simple, like what they do, and let's just look at their face though. I'm telling you, like I have even my godmother. That woman is damn near 85 years old and don't look a day over 60. This woman don't look a day over 60. She like my grandma is in her 60s, almost 70, and she don't even look a day over 55, in my opinion. She smile at you like, oh, you look like a young one. They just don't overdo it. They eat their favorite foods, but that's what I'm saying. You need to learn how to put it in your body the same time every single day and stop doing all this snacking. Of course your kids gonna do some type of snacking, but realize the crap that you keep it in your house. Okay, we're gonna talk about it, but all these dyes, I just took a picture of all these dyes up in these ice creams. It's scaring the hell out of me because they was like, hey, once you take these dyes out your kids' food, their attitude is gonna be completely different. I mean, it's in the chips, the Doritos. You got to check the gummy worms, the gummy bears, the fruit snacks. You got to check you know what I'm saying? My daughter was trying to drink it was a sour head juice pop. I'm like, what the hell is that? It probably got 300 grams of sugar in it. That don't even sound healthy. But these things, not knowing that these are the same things that fry your kid's brain. Not literally, but over time, all this crud up in your kid's system is going to start making some deficiencies in their learning. And I'm telling you, bro, I already told my daughter, like, she was mad that I'm sending her to the school. Like, she just told me she didn't want to go to the school. She was mad that I'm like, oh, you got to go to school with all the little dumb kids tomorrow. Not me. She already mad at me. And I'm just like, you better do right, because I'm really want to take you out. I don't know if we talked about it as parents, but I'm ready to snatch her out. I'm really ready to snatch her out of this school and just do what I need to do for her. And she already knows it by now. Because when I'm telling you, like, if my daughter come home after a month and she telling me they ain't learning nothing, I'm going to be forced to take her out of school, and I'm not going to know what to do, because they're going to be showing up knocking on my door, and I'm going to be like, y'all not taking my kid. Because they're trying to force us to keep these kids in this system like they actually need it, yet they're not teaching our kids a damn thing. Just think about that. They're gonna call CPS on you if your kid ain't in no program. I'm saying, you can't just take your kid out. So if you ain't know that, in some of these states, you can't just take your kid out and have them sitting at home. They have to be in some type of program legally, because we're on this wicked land. So if you didn't understand that, just realize that. So then if you don't have a plan, you need to create the plan first and then kind of move from there. I found some online schools that don't stop registration until September. So if I'm witty enough, I'm gonna let my daughter try school out and see how she feels. And she don't like it, I could just call up the online school and finish my paperwork and have her starting there within literally right after my birthday. So that's the thought that I'm having. Other parents, I already know. We could talk about it, but man, this schooling is killing me. The schooling is killing me. But I know my daughter wants to play sports, so that's why I'm just like, she wants to play. I think she wants to run track. I think she wants to try volleyball, if I'm not mistaken, and she wants to try basketball. Not try. We're naturally good at stuff, but uh you know how kids are. Some of the sports out here, I think, what am I in the Midwest right now? They don't sixth graders don't even get an opportunity to play. In Cali, at least they get the opportunity to try out. But out here, they said they don't get the opportunity to play. So, like I said, tomorrow I'm supposed to be talking to a couple coaches. I'm gonna see what's going on. But it's really to get my daughter back implemented, and I got some other stuff coming that I want to get started really before I ever have a son. Like, I got to get some of this stuff on the road, right? So whenever the knucklehead or knuckleheads get here, those that I want to have some kind of program in place. So then once they hit the ground running, like, all my kids is in the gym and I ain't worried about it. So that's my thought process, because, like, I couldn't be the embodiment of health in high school and have an 8-pack and just be looking like this ripped god. And then all of a sudden, like, I get closer to old man age and I got like this beer belly gut and all my hair then fell out. I refuse. I refuse to take that ugly road. I'm not gonna lie. I refuse. I'm not going out like that. That's why it was like, my dad. If my dad watched this, I apologize that you have to chop off all your hair. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they got something for that now, though. You know what I mean? They got new treatments that can patch up bald spots. You know what I mean? If we got to cash out on that, we can get you to Jamie Foxx. You feel me? His lineup is looking fresher and crispier than ever. Like, oh, we can get you to Jalen Rose. I don't know who he go to, but I know he paid a pretty penny for it. But we can do that for you. That was like, we can get your locks back. That was like, don't trip. We can get that hair growing back. Good money. All you need is a little bit of bread. That's all you need. But I refuse to go bald. I think I had reposted one of the hair growth oil regimens on my Facebook page. All I'm gonna do is sit down and write all the ingredients and do it myself. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll be having a bald spot here or there, a little bit of thin, but not so much you about to be calling me old man. I just went to the clerk and the lady was like, "How old are you? How do you have a 12-year-old?" I said, "Mind your business." That's how old I am. I don't age no more. Mind your business. That's how we feeling over here. Call me Count Dracula. I'm done aging. I'm over that. No, I'm saying call me Prince. I don't care. No, I'm saying, I live off the words of Prince. This is Purple Rain over here. It's Purple Rain, Purple Rain. I ain't doing it. But hey, God is good. I'm gonna get off this live and study some more content that I'm gonna create, so I can feel like I actually accomplished something since I knocked out an hour live. Show me some love. Like, subscribe, throw a comment in the comment section for me. Run that up. Uh, I'm gonna post. Remember, I told you I'm gonna post. I'm gonna post the group. I'm gonna post a new YouTube. I will be coming out with some material for training and for inner child work. I'm working on a workbook. I will be finishing that up. But check out my website. I'm gonna be doing a lot more stuff on my website. The website is called letmysoulspeak.com. I kept it simple for y'all. Tried to bag that URL. So I'm gonna make sure I keep that one so I can keep it extremely simple. So letmysoulspeak.com. Um, my podcast is back up and running. Go ahead and check that out. So it's either it's the two ways I say it is either let my soul speak or let your soul speak. So the podcast name is Let Your Soul Speak, and my brand is Let My Soul Speak. So if you just for confusion, I know sometimes I mix those two back and forth. So I figured I'd say it out loud so you can understand it. Um, But that's usually what I'm gonna have on my shirts. The clothing brand is coming soon, so just let me know. I can tweak the logo. I can get both made, but right now I think I have the statement is "Let my soul speak." That's what's gonna be on the shirts. That's what's gonna be on the hats. So of course, when you're wearing it, don't say it's for it's for you. It's not for me. That's why I put it like that. Um, but on the website, I'm working on like a kind of like a survey for inner child healing. um I'm gonna have it directly on my site, but it's pretty much gonna be like a Google checklist or a Google survey, pretty much asking you questions on what you can what I can help you with as far as like this journey and what I've been studying as far as inner child healing and reparenting and becoming a better parent. But I wanted to make sure that I can cater to the souls that really want to rock with me. So I'm gonna make a checklist and see where some work needs to be done, and then we can go from there. Just so I can start getting closer to my homies and my followers that want to rock with me and stay connected. Uh, but yeah, so let's get up out of here. Much love. Talk to y'all soon. I am out. Let's see how to exit out of here. Bye.